All right, Hannah, thank you. Now let's take a look at some of your top local stories. News 13 learning Guy Hickson was hit and killed last week while using his wheelchair in Little River. The Horry County Coroner's Office says the 21-year-old was hit by an SUV around 8:30 Thursday night on North Horseshoe Road. The driver was not hurt and the wreck remains under investigation.
Virginia Sheriff's Deputy.
When you have that relationship and you're transparent, it builds trust.
Coming up on News 13 this morning, meet Myrtle Beach's next police chief. Hear what his main priorities are ahead of his start date.
Then it's one step backwards for the state's spending plan. A closer look at what Governor McMaster wasn't too happy about.
Plus, the president plans to rally on the Grand Strand. What we know about the event happening this week so far.
Now, your Storm Tracker 13 forecast first. Sponsored by George Sink Injury Lawyers.
Good morning there, friends. Thank you so much for waking up with us. I'm Adriana Cotero.
And I'm Jevin McCoskey. Today is Tuesday, August 18th, and joining us first, meteorologist Hannah Ronner. We know it's going to be hot, but is it going to be as hot today as it was yesterday?
I mean, no, but do we feel
There's
a difference?
Yeah.
Do we feel a difference between 112 and 109?
Not
I
much.
don't think so. I think it feels gross regardless.
Yeah.
I mean, anytime you're over 105, that's too much. It's just thick. It's gross, and we're all ready for fall.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
This morning it is worse than yesterday. It is like 5 degrees warmer than yesterday, so you might notice that a little more.
I did feel like it was warmer.
We're starting in the 80s right now. The afternoon, again, kind of a more minor difference, I guess, for what it actually feels like. But there's not much rain, so there's not going to be anything to really help us out with these temperatures. We all still have a heat alert in effect. The extreme heat warning is just for Horry County today, so that is different from yesterday. So you can see that here on your screen. It is really for all coastal counties to have the extreme heat warning. That's because coastal counties have a higher dew point. So the dew point goes more into the heat index, sometimes compared to the temperatures. It just depends on how hot the temperature is that you're dealing with. But Florence and Marion and the rest of the PD have just the heat advisory that we've had for almost a week straight at this point. And it doesn't end tomorrow. It doesn't even end until Saturday. So it will be 8 or 9 straight days in a row that we'll have heat alerts in effect. So it's a good time here. So you look at our temperatures, it's 2 to 5 degrees warmer than yesterday. 82 in Myrtle Beach. The lowest temperature is 75, and that's in Cheraw and Laurinburg. We don't really see the rain today. A spotty rain chance in the evening, but that's going to be away from the coast. Temperatures above average at 94, and inland is 98 to around 100 degrees. Back to you.
All right, Hannah, thank you so much. News 13 sitting down with Myrtle Beach's next police chief, who outlined his top priorities for when he steps into the new role. Frederick Chambers comes to Myrtle Beach with more than 25 years of law enforcement experience. He currently serves as a deputy chief in Fairfax County, Virginia, and has previously led patrol operations and was a department spokesperson during critical incidents. In our one-on-one interview yesterday, Chambers said his first priority will be listening and learning the department, its officers, and the community before deciding what changes need to be made.
And be a sponge, just look and listen and just learn the culture of the agency, learn how they operate day to day, learn the community. The public should expect to hear from me, or if I'm not available or if I'm not there, one of my command or executive staff members.
Chambers also mentioned the idea of regular chat with the chief meetings to talk about crime trends and issues affecting the community. Chambers is expected to begin leading the Myrtle Beach Police Department in late September or early October. He replaces former Chief Amy Prock, who retired in April.
This morning on the conditions of 2 Coastal Carolina University students who authorities say were hit by a car while crossing Highway 544. It happened just after midnight on Sunday near that highway in Elvington Loop. Police say 17-year-old Mauricio Halifax Correa did not stop after hitting the students and was arrested after being involved in a separate crash.
It's horrible. Like, that kid needs to be in jail for life. He might have taken 2 lives. He definitely messed up his own. That stuff's not cool. Drunk driving, so everyone needs to be better about that.
Correa was denied bond over the weekend. He's charged with felony DUI and 2 counts of hit and run with grave bodily injury. Be sure to count on News 13 for any updates. And to Marlborough County, where human remains found in a trash can back in April have been identified as a missing South Carolina woman. The coroner's office says LaShonda Spurlock has been missing out of Chesterfield County since 2024. Authorities say her remains were found on April 23rd at the Evergreen Court Apartments. Days later, Luke Douglas Jr. was arrested after authorities say he admitted to keeping the body in a storage area at the apartment where he lived before disposing of the remains. He's currently charged with desecration of human remains. Spurlock's cause of death has not yet been released.
News 13 on-time traffic, sponsored by Joy Law Firm. Just call Joy.
The time now is 6:05 and traffic flows are still good across the county. Not much to really hit on just yet. It's still pretty early, not right at the peak of the morning commute just yet. We're going to take a live look at Highway 22 near mile marker 24. So this is more inland. Eastbound lane is the busiest right now. So those are going to be the cars that would be heading towards North Myrtle Beach or Little River. So that's where it is a little more active as of now. Drive time is 8 minutes from Mr. Joe White to 82nd Parkway. Interstate travel is quiet both on I-95 and I-20. A live look at I-95 near mile marker 197. So this is all the way up near Red Road in Dillon County, right as you're about to cross into North Carolina. And the road, of course, pretty empty right now. The drive time for downtown Florence is 10 minutes from TV Road to 76. Back to you.
All right, Hannah, thank you so much. Well, happening today, the Myrtle Beach Planning Commission will meet to discuss the future of the city's new Fire Station 1 and Transit Center. The city is planning a shared 27,000 square foot facility off Robert Grissom Parkway that'll house a fire station, emergency operations center, and an upgraded Coast RTA Transit Center. Part of the planned location is situated in a donut hole, meaning about 17 acres has to be annexed to the city limits from Horry County. The Planning Commission will consider that request today. Groundbreaking on the project is expected later this year. North Myrtle Beach City Council is looking to make some changes to its plastic bag ordinance. Under the current ordinance, most single-use plastic bags are banned except for meat products, dry cleaning, medications, and garbage. Yesterday, City Council approved first reading to allow bags for takeout food orders. That revision would also update the definition of a reusable bag to include plastic bags with handles and cloth or fabric bags that can be cleaned.
Some people found some loopholes and things like that, so we're just coming back kind of to cover that up and finish what we started a long time ago.
It's more about leveling the playing field here, opposed to in rewarding the folks that have complied with it and with the intent of it, opposed to the ones that just try to work around it a little bit.
The amendment will need to pass second reading to become law.
And News 13 is your local election headquarters, and early voting kicks off tomorrow for the U.S. Senate Special Republican Primary Runoff. On the ballot, you'll see the names of interim Senator Darlene Graham and 5th District Congressman Ralph Norman. Early voting runs tomorrow through Friday, with a runoff primary next Tuesday. People who voted in the June GOP primary, last week's special primary, or neither are eligible to vote. And we have learned that President Trump will be in Myrtle Beach this Friday to hold a rally. He's endorsed Darlene Graham in her run for the U.S. Senate seat. A stump stop had been scheduled in the upstate with both Graham and Norman that same day, but is now being moved to a different day. You can count on News 13 for updates when more information on the president's visit is made available.
And now to a News 13 follow-up. We now know what Governor Henry McMaster cut from the state's spending plan. Most of McMaster's vetoes were due to provisions having similar initiatives already passed. He said earmarks should be handled in a better way, calling South Carolina a handshake state, meaning if a deal is agreed upon, it must be done. One example he cited is the $150 million budget overrun for the Scout Motors location north of Columbia, saying the contractors must be paid now and not have to wait for a review.
It's bad business policy. It hurts our reputation as a handshake state where people can depend on us, and the money needs to be paid.
The governor said he was proud of pay raises in the budget for teachers and the homestead exemption. The General Assembly will now decide if it'll go along with the governor's vetoes or try to override them.
A statewide effort to put out a massive factory fire in the Midlands. We take a look next on News 13 this morning.